And we see both players are not producing that much. Both players, if we look at the production, only 2 Vikings and a couple of drones. I think both players are trying to think of a strategy that will end this, because MaDFroG has been unsuccessful pushing inside the main or the natural expansion at the high ground for Satiini. But at this point, Satiini is really out of minerals. He has less than 200 minerals in these 3 patches. He has the gold expansion mined out. He really needs to get one more base going if he wants to hold this on. And a couple of the mules are being called down. This will boost his income significantly, but it is only temporary. He really needs to get a more reliable income, because he's mined out here, he's mined out here, he's mined out here. This is the only base he's got left. I think if MaDFroG figures this out and he takes this income away from Satiini, then Satiini would have to give in to the game, or at least he could play tower defense for a couple more minutes. A couple of Vikings hunting overlords at the lower sector of the map, and these corruptors are going to come and deal with these Vikings. That is a really expensive way to deal with Vikings, but it is a good way to kill them off. And these Vikings are forced back into the base where he's collecting. If we take a look at the income tab right now, actually slightly ahead for the Terran player, which is quite surprising, because I guess the Zerg player MaDFroG was reeling a little bit from those losses. Those mules did help a lot, and we do see the income dropping significantly for Satiini, and we see a large army coming. The army count 114 versus 120, about even. This is the closest it's been all map. Both players hurting a little bit economically, as they have exchanged a lot of blows. Corruptors and Ultralisks, 4-3 Ultralisk and 0-0 Corruptors. I believe it's 2-0 and 2-0 for the infantry as well as the tanks. The scan goes off. A couple of those Brewlords are being morphed in from the Corruptors, and I think we might see a huge battle here. I think both players realize this is the key to this entire game. Whoever holds this might hold the key to the next couple of minutes, as we do see that MaDFroG is going to wait for these Brewlords to go in and morph. And if he puts a couple of drops over here, these tanks will just completely destroy the SCVs. The SCVs are the livelihood of Satiini, and Satiini is defending successfully right now. He's dropping a couple of infested Terran to get a look inside the base, and these Brewlords are thinking about approaching. He doesn't have that much. Oh, he actually has a nice chunk of anti-air. There's a lot of Vikings in play. He's going to take down one tank uncontested, and he's going to take down a couple of these Brewlings. Satiini is actually making a very, very nice fight. A Fungal Growth goes off, and a couple of infested Terran does get dropped off. This is the fight of his life. Satiini is backing up a little bit, and Fungal Growth is going to wear off, but their Vikings aren't going to be able to catch these Brewlords. These Brewlords aren't actually fighting over here, and these Marauders, surprisingly, holding off all of the Ultralisks. Very, very nice fine control there by Satiini, and the Brewlords are pounding away at the base. If we take a look at the income, there's absolutely almost no income for the Terran player. And I think he's really hurting, but I think he's somewhat successfully defended this attack. And the Vikings are working on those Brewlords. The Brewlords will fall to a lot of Vikings. And these Corruptors are going to come in and try to take down those Vikings and maybe grab the medevac. And if he can get a Fungal Growth off on these Vikings, ooh, he actually does not manage to go fast enough. The Vikings are a little bit faster than Infestors. A lot of Zerglings hang out around here. And a lot of infested Terran being dropped, and all the energy are being spent from these Infestors on these infested Terrans. The infested Terrans are going to be able to try to take down this Orbital Command. The Orbital Command is down. And right now the Terran player has absolutely no income in terms of minerals. He has a couple of gas income somewhere from his... And if we take a look at the army count, it is 50 to 150. That is a huge gap, almost 3 times the army for MaDFroG. I think MaDFroG is just playing it safe here, and I think he could really finish this game relatively soon, but Satiini doesn't want to give up. He has successfully defended a lot of the attacks, and I think that has given him the confidence to go on for another couple of minutes at least. And MaDFroG is massing that army of doom, catching 2 Marauders. And this command center is desperately trying to find a place to land. The command center is going to land, and he's also going to land these Vikings to fight some of these Zerglings off. Army count at 150 versus 50 or so. And I think MaDFroG is just waiting maybe for some Overlords to drop some of these Bailings. Maybe he wants the perfect victory. He could really win it right now. I think if he gets one fungal growth off on the batch, he has a ton of energy on all of these infestors. 1 or 2 fungal growth will do absolute horrible damage to all of these units, even though most of them are air. But MaDFroG does have a ton of Zerglings. MaDFroG is getting ready to finish it up right now. I think he wants to hit 200 perhaps. He's at 180 versus 64. Satiini still holding on by a thread here. And MaDFroG has a ton of infestors. Oh man, look at all those energy. So many infested Terrans. 25 energy each. That is a lot of infested Terran that he can produce from this army of... I mean, that's a lot of infested Terrans he can produce from these infestors. One Overlord checking out what's going on inside the base of Satiini. This last human outpost and the last battle. All these Vikings are coming across. The Medevac's a little bit out of position. The Marines are not over there. And a lot of infestors spawning a lot of infested Terrans. And these infested Terrans might be able to take down this command center. Once again, these infantry don't want to engage the infested Terrans, and the infested Terrans are going to take down the command center. The command center is down. Once again, Satiini has no income, or almost no income, 0 and 80. And these infested Terrans are going to push slowly and maybe destroy some more stuffs. And they're pushing forward and actually dying by themselves. More so than getting killed, and Satiini has left the game. What a great game. Very, very nice play by both players. Hope you guys enjoy that. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Holy crap, that is a lot of hatcheries. And thanks for listening and watching. This is G2P3. See you guys next game.